All right. Hey, what's up, beer nerds? I am here brewing today, just getting set up here, but I'm already starting a brew day here. And we're just hanging out live, yeah. So if you want to come hang out, let me know. Uh, Otherwise, we're just gonna be hanging around. Let me see, just getting the last couple things started. Okay. So today I am brewing from Austin Homebrew Supply. We're doing their American Hefeweizen extract kit. And this one's kind of cool. It's really, really basic. I'm not a very good brewer myself. I'm just a huge nerd. I could run you down through the list here. So we start with, we're steeping some crushed grains they sent right away. I got a pound of flaked wheat and a half pound of Munich malt in there steeping right now. So that steeps for 20-25 minutes, like most extract kits, and then we'll go ahead and get to the boil. And then we'll go from there. I see mostly Michigan beer reviews is here. Hey, what's up, man? I'll just chat back here. Mm. Yep, so we're just doing a really basic American Hefe here. Pound of flake wheat, half pound of Munich, 7 pounds of wheat extract. They have kind of a hot blend from Austin Homebrew Supply, and then an ounce of Tettnang hops, which I've never used before, so that's kind of cool. Let's see. I am definitely not drinking natty ice right now. I'm a little tired from my St. Patrick's Day fun, and have opted for some tea, but I was going to crack a brew in a couple minutes here. So yeah, just hanging out on a Sunday here. Hey, if you want to come join the hangout, mostly Michigan beer reviews, just let me know. I can shoot you the link to join if you want to come chat away. Otherwise, I got about 5 minutes left on my timer before I move to the next step here. So yeah, I'm pretty excited about this extract Hefeweizen. It's an American extract Hefeweizen, so they said it's not super yeasty in terms of that. So it's really just supposed to be a super clean drinking beer because I am getting super excited about spring here in Minnesota because the snow is finally starting to melt. So I'm ready to actually go and do something that way. But I still have enough snow to use to cool the wort when I'm done. So that is good for sure. They had you brewing on St. Patrick's Day, mostly Michigan beer reviews. That seems kind of cruel. I don't know. It seems like a day you're supposed to just drink beer. How does the kit get its tartness? So I'm doing a Hefe. I don't think it's got anything in here that's actually acidic. So it's just flaked wheat and Munich malt, a bunch of wheat extract, which I was reading on there. Hold on, I can grab it quick. I was reading on there. It's a blend of 40% barley and 60% wheat extract. So yeah, I don't really know how it's gonna get a lot of tartness. I could add some lemon, but other than that, I don't think there's no really citrusy hops. I've never used a Tettnang hop before, so that's kind of weird. Yeah. So yeah, I think it's meant mostly to just be really, really clean. I don't know. Now, it wouldn't be a beer by the numbers video or stream if I didn't have a bunch of weird beer facts for you. I found a cool article yesterday about a a beer run they were doing on St. Patrick's Day to raise money for Big Brothers Big Sisters in somewhere in Wisconsin, I think, and they were doing a 0.1K beer run. So all it is a 100-meter beer run, and then there were prizes for the most creative way on how you could get through that 100 meters. So I thought that was a really cool way to kick off St. Patrick's Day. Around here, we made a bunch of corned beef and had a bunch of people over. Made we call them Irish nachos with a bunch of potatoes, things like that. So yeah, that was pretty cool. It was pretty cool, and drank a lot of beer and some whiskey too, which was a lot of fun. Yeah.
He made corned beef.
Yeah, so corned beef, really good. You know what I've been hearing a lot about lately are Italian craft beers. Like, have you heard of these? So it's kind of a weird spot because they have that big wine culture that's obsessed with vintage and style. And so it's like, it's weird to see how that totally comes through in their beer culture too, because they've got just like every beer name pretty much has the year name in it, which is kind of weird, but it's totally that wine style, wine characteristic thing like that. So if anybody wants to hop in the Hangout, I'm game. Otherwise, I could just sit here and ramble into this camera about beer for an hour, you know. Either way is good with me. I can go ahead and send the link if you want to know. Mostly Michigan, you're into wine? I am not into wine so much. I don't know. But I really try. I've tried to get into wine. It just has not worked out. I can't. I always get really bad hangovers. It doesn't feel like a great drunk to me when I do drink a lot of it. Yeah, it's just not good. Saying I need to go with reds, maybe that's right. I do like the flavor of white wine better, so maybe that's my problem, drinking the wrong wine. I also drink the cheap Chilean wine most of the time because I think it tastes all right. But apparently I need to do better. So yeah, like I've been, I just get obsessed over these beer topics, and lately it's been just digging into stupid random points about the Italian beer scene and how they just do vintages and stuff. There's my alarm, so now I gotta go get this thing boiling now that all these grains are steeping. So I'll be right back, and maybe you can still hear me ranting by the stove. I don't know. We'll see. White wines are too sweet. Yeah, I know. That's probably why I actually can drink them. Hey, Mostly Michigan Beer Reviews. What do you do with your spent grains? So you throw them right into your garden. So do you just throw them like directly directly in a bed or something, or do you compost first? Because we've been trying to compost though. Oh, hey Tony Howard, what's up? I know we've been trying to compost these, but I'm not really sure how to do it. Brenda, you want to come comment on our compost situation?
We have the saddest compost setup. We just have a big bin in the backyard, and I attempt to stir every so often, and Ryan occasionally gives me a lot of spent grains. So,
mm-hmm. Oh, a pig farmer. See, that's what we need.
Yes.
Yeah, we need a pig farmer to come get them.
I only have cows. And I mean, while cows love a lot of things, maybe they shouldn't be getting those sorts of treats.
Is that too nice for the cows?
Yes, the cows can't have nice things. See, I was wondering if you mixed them into the beds or did like a trough-style compost. That I might actually try this year. We moved from, I had a 4x8 raised garden bed that I was overflowing with produce, and I switched community gardens this year because we don't have any land. So I've got an 8-foot by 20-foot flat bed now. So I might do trench-style composting all the way through this year. I hope.
Sunday fun day. Just hanging out, brewing beer. I do like the smell of the house now, though.
That's true.
I think it's great.
I mean, yesterday it just smelled like beer and corned beef, which I also don't mind, but now it smells like cookies.
Fair enough. Fair enough. Gardening is your next love to brewing. Oh, that sounds great. You know, I have not been a big gardener in my life, but this one is trying to get me into it. Yeah,
he really likes to eat all of my gardening. He just doesn't like to weed.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, so today we are doing Austin Homebrew Supplies American Hefeweizen Extract. The description on their website said it's pretty, it's just a pretty clean one. It's not doesn't have that super clovey banana yeast esters going on in there. It's really just a clean, easy drinking one. So the specialty grains they sent was flaked wheat and a 1/2 pound of Munich malt. And then I'm using 7 pounds of wheat extract in here too. And then, you know, the hop description on here is kind of weird because they call it a 5 HBU pack, which I don't really know what that means. I'm still not super into here, but you know, that's just what they say is their bittering set, and then using a 1/2 ounce of tetning for flavor and then the last 5-minute addition of tetning for aroma. And I've never used those hops before either, so I'm curious to see how that's gonna go. So yeah, we're just got through steeping all the grains, trying to get the water heated up here, get it to the boil so we can put our wheat extract in, and then we'll mix that down, and then we'll get it back to boiling again for the hops. So just wanted something easy to brew for day after St. Patrick's Day here. Had a little bit too much fun, but that was good. Yeah, so I don't know what this HBU thing, it says 5 HBU pack, and I don't know what that stands for. Hop bittering unit. Is that what that stands for? Because it should be IBU, but does somebody refer to it as HBU? And it looks like the specific gravity we're shooting for is 1.05, but I don't really even have a hydrometer or a refractometer, so honestly, I can't even measure that. So you can tell my level of homebrewing science and skill just by that fact, is that I follow the instructions and hope it comes out well.
It's a pot. His
But
homebrewing science is a pot.
yeah, but that's all good to me. I still get beer in the end, and I mostly spend most of my time just reading about beer. As opposed to brewing and drinking it. So,
see, weeding is therapeutic. It's relaxing and calming and zen.
You should just go into the chat and then you can just comment in there all day. Or you can stay here. That's cool too.
But if I did, I wouldn't be running around the house in all manners.
Right. Yes, I know I need to get a hydrometer. It's really crazy that I don't have one. Especially since what I do have, my favorite toy for Brew Day.
Oh God, no!
Is this stupid?
No. Put
is
it
this
away.
stupid infrared thermometer with a cool laser sight on it, so it can do that sort of thing. But yeah, it's kind of crazy. Yeah. So this is actually my favorite science toy, which is probably the most worthless one when it comes to actually making good beer. Because all it does is measure temperature, which has like no value other than trying to hold the temperature. Yeah, I know it only measures the surface temperature too, which doesn't even help me that much. So I don't know. Yeah, I'm not even that well equipped, but it helps me get a better reading than I had before, which was like a meat thermometer I was working with. Obviously, I need to invest a little bit more into my kit. Yeah, so like I said, I had been reading up on the Italian beer scene, and I thought it was really weird that they basically just label everything like they do an Italian wine, and they put all the years on them. And I mean, I guess we see a little bit of that here in the U.S. too, but yeah, just not so much with the vintage stuff. I also saw this week that there is the first craft beer ever getting sold in a 30-pack, which is crazy. And I mean, it's from Colorado, and it's a craft lager from High Hop Brewery in Windsor. And apparently it's you know, a light lager, American light lager clone, but that's the thing. What styles are the Italians brewing? Actually looks kind of all over the place from what I've been seeing. I have seen a lot of like fruit related beers, so maybe kind of that wine tradition too. I think a lot of like cherry and plum, but those are pretty good dark fruit imperial stout flavors too, so maybe it's that. IPAs, but everybody makes IPAs. Let's see. Oh, barley wines too. Yep. So, you know, I guess they take that good tradition and just kind of roll with it there. But yeah, that seems pretty cool to me. Lambics too. Yeah. It's getting to be that time of year for all the lambics to come back out again. So I'm excited for that. What I'm really excited for too, though, is I made the prediction that pineapple beer is going to be a really big thing this year. I think that was a couple videos ago. If you want to go back and check it out, that was kind of cool. I took a look at all the Google Trends data and tried to figure it out, but it's going to be that or the New England IPA, but they have already had a huge, crazy swing in attention. So I think the new one to peak this year are going to be just beers with a ton of pineapple in there. So that's going to be really cool. I'm looking forward to that this summer because that's when all of them are going to come out. But I've already seen like 8 different articles of people trying to make new pineapple brews. So we'll see how it goes. Yeah, pay attention to this thing over here. We'll see Michigan's predictions. New England IPA is still strong. Goes is still strong. And milkshake IPAs will be the king. You know, I have seen a few more milkshake beers around here lately. So you might be right on that one. And I love Gozes. I love Gozes a lot. And I hope that those really take off too. Say if anybody in the chat wants to join the Hangout, you could feel free. I will send you the link. Just let me know. I'll get that over to you. I'm going to go add some more water to this pot. Citra hop will give a pineapple note. Yeah, that's a good call. Yeah, I will absolutely reach out to you for the Goza. That sounds great. Carved up. Sounds good. What brewery do you work at again in Michigan? Because I really want to take a road trip through there, because Michigan is not too far away from St. Paul. I got to go around the big lake, but other than that, you know, it's a pretty great destination with a crazy number of breweries. So I want to go. I want to go there. Rustic Leaf Brewing Company. All right. I'm going to have to Google that because I need to figure out where that's at. But I know you, one of your videos, mostly Michigan beer reviews the other day, was doing the mini brewery tour, and I really like that. That was a lot of fun. We can honeymoon in Traverse City. All right.
Just what I've always wanted.
That sounds great. About 45 minutes outside Detroit. Okay, cool. Yeah, that's great. That is great. A lot of fun.
I will take a Michigan honeymoon, but only if I get to swing into the Michigan State dairy store and just eat my weight in ice cream first and then go get all the beers.
Yeah, she is a closet Sparty fan. So, so she's hoping for the win today. Although I haven't checked the score. I don't know what's up with the March Madness. But everybody's bracket is busted. So I guess that's how that goes. Looks like Michigan State is up 4 over Syracuse there, Brenda. So there you go. We get live sports commentary here on Beer by the Numbers too. We're not just all about beer. Not just all about beer.
I mean, we're mostly all about beer.
Right. So yeah, just hanging out on a Sunday, trying to brew this Hefeweizen for spring, because I want it to be sunny outside, so I can actually go sit in the sun, because it takes too long to thaw here in Minnesota. All right, so cool, fun beer fact for you that I just found. There are 19 different versions of Guinness, and apparently there are 5 or 6 main types, but there's about 19 different variations on what you're going to get at a local, depending on where you're at. So, you know, it's crazy how successful that one beer is, and I Went to Ireland maybe a year and a half ago. And the Guinness there was much better than whatever we get here in the States. I'm not really sure why. A lot of people say it's the water. I'm not 100% sure.
It's
Sounds
the extra
really cool.
cold tap.
Brenda says it's the extra cold tap. Yeah. They don't do that here.
Nope.
They just put it on nitro. That's it. Maybe that's it. I got to get an extra cold tap installed in my house.
Yes, please.
And then we're good to go, right? We can have a lot of fun. You need the flight of the 19 different variations. Yeah, that's good. I like that.
See if by the end of the flight you can start picking out any differences between them.
I don't know if they still put fish bladders in there. I don't know. That's kind of weird. I'm not sure that's a thing or not.
This seems like an Irish oyster stout.
Right.
Fish bladder stout.
So mostly Michigan beer reviews. Do you know if there is a lot of brewers like moving into or out of Michigan? Because I saw this cool article the other day that was talking about like where brewers are relocating to. Because I think a lot of people are moving to various states to get into or out of not just certain markets, but like certain regulatory conditions. Yeah, this is the type of stuff I'd read on the weekend for fun. So yeah, there were a lot of people moving around trying to, I think specifically the article I saw was there were a ton of people trying to get out of Maryland and get into Virginia just across the border. And they were doing that because I think, that Maryland is having this crazy, speaking of Guinness, actually, that's a factor too. But the whole Maryland beer situation is really weird because they really want to preserve that old 3-tiered distribution model, which means not a lot of sales out of tap rooms. They want a lot of the beer to go through the distributors themselves. But that kind of puts you in a weird spot because then you take away a lot of the local brewing jobs. And then on the flip side, though, they just allowed, they just approved the new huge Guinness brewery that's going to be opening up there. They're also going to have, their usual Guinness experience. So, all the marketing stuff, tours, and of course a nice tasting room too. So it's weird because they're writing all these laws to make tap rooms harder to open and operate, but then they carve out all these exceptions that are clearly just for the Guinness plant. So like if you brew over a certain number of barrels a year, this law doesn't apply to you and things like that. Or they write in little loopholes that the Guinness brewery is going to be taking advantage of, but that a lot of the smaller brewers aren't. So they're seeing a huge exodus of just brewers leaving the state. And so now they have, like, the remaining brewers can't fill jobs anymore because they are so desperate for, experienced individuals to fill them, but they can't because everybody's just leaving. So yeah, I agree. It's going to be really weird to see how Maryland makes this work, or if they just totally kill their small brewers, because they certainly have an opportunity to. So we got to see how it goes. But yeah, it's, when I was, I did the first episode of the Beer by the Numbers podcast on that 3-tiered distribution system in the US. And it was so crazy, the number of different regulatory bodies that you have to get around when it comes to selling beer. Like, I get it. It's a sensitive product. You can't sell it to everybody. Issues with age restrictions, alcoholism too. But you know, I can't imagine being like a regulator, or not a regulator, like one of the attorneys hanging out at like one of these big national brands, Stone or something like that, and just because you can regulate it federal level, state level, county level, you can go municipality, and then I don't know. There's even weird situations beyond that too. So it just it gets so I can't imagine trying to sell beer all over the place. I mean, it seems hard enough to do in just one state or one city, let alone trying to figure out how to ship it across the country. So I'm gonna go check on my pot here. You know what I really need to invest in is a nice propane burner so I can brew outside. It doesn't take 40 minutes to heat up 3 gallons of water on my stove. But we're actually doing all right today. Doing all right. I remember moving here about, oh geez, almost a year ago now. The first time on this this new setup was difficult, but trying to get that going is good. So like I said, anybody want to come join the Hangout, feel free. I'd be happy to have you. Otherwise, I will continue to ramble about useless beer facts into this microphone. Let's see, we already talked about Maryland's brewing exodus and craft beer in 30 packs and people trying to employ dozens of people and make sure there's enough qualified talent in the market to meet demand, which is actually kind of cool. Guinness, and I don't know. I'm looking at this website that's got a bunch of beer facts because that's what I do in my free time. And I don't know, man. These are weird. Some of them, like craft beer causes a considerable amount of flatulence and burping more than just, you know, the macro light lagers. I don't know about that. A lot of these websites just come out with no sources. And I guess I'm the weird person who actually wants to go look at the sources. So maybe that's on me. I think that's more of a me problem. Ancient Egyptian texts have been found to contain over 100 medicinal uses for beer, which is cool. But to be fair, I think there was a lot more herbs and spices in your original old school beers than we have today. I think we're very purist when it comes to our ingredients, especially since a lot of them used to be gruit beers, which, oh man, they put so many herbs in there. It's crazy.
And it's awesome.
Yeah. So, yeah, very cool. Let's see. In the 1600s, midwives used a super strong beer to ease the pain of labor. Actually, that one's really interesting because they used to, I know in Germany, not a big surprise, but in Germany, they used to have pregnant women drink beer throughout a lot of their pregnancy, just to promote the health of the baby or the health of the woman. I don't know. But it was, yeah, and then, yeah, they would use that super strong beer during labor to try and ease some of the pain. So that was a cool little tidbit I learned, kind of around Halloween time, I think. Yeah. In the Middle Ages, children were encouraged to drink beer for nutritional benefits. Well,
Okay, you also couldn't drink the water, so
Yeah, right. Mm-hmm. Hey Tim, what's up? Welcome to the show. We're just hanging out. We're brewing an extract Hefeweizen today. Something really easy and clean for hopefully a quick thaw into spring here. That's what I'm hoping for anyway. If you want to join the hangout, let me know. I'll shoot you the link. Otherwise, I'm just running through some beer trivia or whatever weird beer stories I heard this week. So that's what's going on.
I want to go back to this craft beer flatulence and burping thing, because I think that's along the same lines of reasons the little Czech granny lady kept trying to feed me unfiltered beers when I wasn't feeling well. And the guy said that, you know, whenever you had a tummy ache, your little Czech granny would give you unfiltered beers. Because it's the same principle as drinking like a probiotic-rich thing that like you've got that high yeast base and you're rebuilding your gut microbiome. And like, while we understand what a gut microbiome mostly is now, they didn't. They just knew that. So you're saying beer is better than Greek yogurt? Is that what I need to eat? Right? Brenda's personal plug here. Beer is definitely better than Greek yogurt. There's no science behind this. No science behind that. Well, we'll just have to make some science behind that, I think. See, I like the kombucha versus beer, cider, wine. Yeah, I'm a kombucha person. Yeah, you wanna show it? You got anything going? I don't. I've been slacking so much. Also, winter in Minnesota makes it really hard to find flavorings for your kombucha, oddly enough. So, my bad. For anyone who wants to join the hangout, I just posted the link. Just don't give it to anybody who's mean. Or do. This could be fun. Yeah, you're right. That could be fun too. You're right. Be a good day. All right, well, I better finally go crack a beer. I'm feeling better. So I think today I'm going to go get a glass. I'll be right back. All right. I need to go get my headphones in a minute here. Right. So today, oh, I forgot my bottle opener. Got it. Thank you. So today I am drinking my last home brew, which is a grapefruit pulpin IPA, which is obviously a take on the grapefruit sculpin from Ballast Point, right? Yep. Yep, I should know that. But yeah, it's pretty good. It came out a little bit darker than I thought it was going to. But it tastes really good. And it cleared up really nice. So yeah. Yeah, and we put one of these in our corned beef yesterday. It was really good. But it's got a ton of grapefruit flavor. Because I think when I was making it, they sent a little pack of like just dried grapefruit peel. Yeah, just the peel. And so, you know, and then you soak that in some vodka to kind of rehydrate it, and then throw it into the secondary. But that was not enough for me at the time. So we took another grapefruit we had and just diced that thing up and soaked it in vodka, and then threw that in there with the peel. And that worked out really nicely. So we got a lot of good grapefruit in here. And a lot of good bitterness going on too. So yeah, it's been good. It's been good stuff.
Does everybody have a good St. Patrick's Day? I did. It was a lot of fun.
I'm still not sure if I had St. Patrick's Day or if St. Patrick's Day had me.
You're just being the disembodied voice right now.
Yep.
In the background.
I will be the disembodied voice of reason.
Oh, okay.
And lack of science.
Lack of science. Tim, is that link not working for me? I don't know. Or maybe it's just hard. You know, I've never done a Google Hangout on the phone. I've always done it on the computer here. So
it's a putz.
Yeah?
Their
you can't do Hangouts on the phone?
Is rough at best.
Can't do Hangouts on the phone? Is that the deal? Hey, what's up? We have achieved some slowly boiling liquid.
Woo!
All right. My favorite. I got to get started on this. I'm putting the extract in. Email it to you? Oh, okay, I can do that. Hold on 1 second. Oh, my link's not working. Okay. All right, let me see if I can dig into this a little bit here. Such riveting television. Okay. So now I gotta figure out how to email this thing. All right. Thank you, Mostly Michigan Beer Reviews. Get that sent off. Hey, Dean, what's up? How you doing today? Hope all is going well. Did you have a good St. Patrick's Day? Sure hope so. I'm trying to get some people in a hangout here, but of course it is not cooperating as much as I would like. But we'll give it a shot. But I'm just brewing an American Hefeweizen is what the kit is called, and so it's just a really, I think, clean version of a Hefeweizen. Nothing too over the top about it. So no major clovey notes. Although I kind of like the banana and clove notes, but I just wanted something really clean as springtime is coming here. So I'm trying to get that together today, and it's just a really easy kit because I am not.
You have a space.
Because I am not super great at brewing, and I'm also trying to figure out this Hangout thing. See, this is why I do a bunch of scripted stuff and shows like that, because my links don't end up working. But we'll see if we can get it done. We'll try this link again, maybe. Let's see if I can get this over to Tim, too.
Ah!
Hi, Britt. How are you doing today?
She lives!
Glad to see you on there. I'm just hanging out brewing with people. So...
I'm here.
Folks on. Hey, what's up, man? How's it going?
It's going, man.
Out there in the cold, I see.
Well, it's 50 degrees, so it's not that bad.
Oh, yeah. It sounds very nice.
Compared to our our 33 degrees, you know, in February or March.
Yep. Mm-hmm. That was not great. Yeah, thanks for joining.
I think we have the same temperatures though, pretty much. Only you have a longer winter.
Yeah, we get frosts a lot later.
I was say we just don't get spring.
Mm-hmm. Here, you want to hop up in the chair while I?
Oh, I don't know. That sounds like a lot of pressure.
Yeah, I need a lot of pressure.
I guess I can hop up
It
in
is
the
a lot
chair.
of pressure. Yeah.
Ms. Numbers appears.
Mm-hmm.
I'm allowed.
Oh, it's show you.
I was gonna say,
Alright,
and then he
here.
left me with 4 different screens open, none of which were people.
Yeah, that's right. That's how it works.
Hey, this is the future. This is the future of technology.
That's right.
Awful. The future of technology is awful.
Going.
I'm on my phone, so I don't know what's going on.
Things are happening.
Like, there's a way where I can view everybody, but I can't figure it out.
Ryan.
Yeah. Oh, okay.
Let me click on.
that. Do you want to work on
I'm gonna
that?
click on my face.
Yeah.
What's that do?
I will do
No,
the
that-
pouring of things. This I am good at.
Yep. Now for the most advanced part of the brewing process,
Dump.
which is dumping things into a pot and stirring. But I guess that's most of brewing, right?
Yeah, it's 50%. I love it.
It's great. That's why I love beer, because yeast do most of the work. All I have to do is just kind of make some strong tea, strong
Right?
tea for them.
We're not brewers. The yeast are brewers.
Mm-hmm. That's right. We just make work.
We sit around and wait and boil water.
So how big is the system at, oh, I'm sorry. I missed the name again. A Rustic Leaf, was it?
Correct.
Yeah, all right. How big a system you guys run over there?
We're doing a 3-barrel system, so kind of small.
Cool, very nice. So you guys do a lot of different experimental brews and things like that? Or
Oh yeah, yeah.
you just
We have about 6, everyday beers, and then we do about 4 experimental beers every 2 weeks.
6 everyday beers? That's kind of a lot. No. Or
Well,
maybe
you gotta have your regular.
Maybe I just have that backwards. I don't know.
I just call them standards. Our standards, that are always on tap.
Sure. Yeah, but I see a lot of breweries that only have, they might only have 4, and then they might have a couple rotating through seasonally or whatever their experimentals are. So, yeah, it seems 6 always seems like a lot.
Or you have 12 eyes where
We
it's
have
here every week.
huh?
Yeah, we have
What'd you say?
we have one local brewery that they have 12 beers on tap at all times, and they just keep rotating them through. And I don't know how they do it, because it's an insane amount of variety they're cranking out. But maybe that's easier.
That's
I don't
magic.
know.
It's magic. It's magic.
Yes, it is.
No, we only have 10 taps, so 9 are dedicated to beer and 1's dedicated to cider.
Oh, okay, cool. I enjoy a good cider now and again too. Do you like them dry or sweet?
Dry.
Oh yeah.
Gotta be dry.
Yep, all the way.
No sugar. No sugar.
All the way. Absolutely. Now, I need to figure out how to get Tim in here too if he wants to join. Let's see. I can send a message.
Well, since I'm not on YouTube, I have a question. I'm not on YouTube anymore. So does everyone see our faces at once? Like through your live stream? Or they just hear our voices?
Oh no, they should be able to see us too. But it might be the person talking is blown up the largest.
So whoever's talking, their screen pops up, and then when someone stops talking, they're gone.
I'll be down in the corner. That's what I'm seeing on the stream. Oh no, nope. See, now I got to switch it. Hold on. You might be right. Figure this out.
I'm used to the old Google Hangouts where it's mostly you, and then like we're in the corners or something.
Yeah, I gotta get this changed. Okay, now I think I'm everyone. There we go. Okay, that didn't really work. Maybe they changed it. I have to figure this out these days. What you drinking there?
I'm opening my homemade cider, blackberry cider.
Ooh, that sounds really good.
Ooh, it's nice and carved up now. Give you a little.
Did you you grow all those blackberries or?
No, I wish I did. Here's a little. Let's see if I can switch this off here. How do we switch cameras? I don't know. Can you see that?
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
It's blackberry.
Oh, it looks very good.
Yep. Yeah. That was just a 1 gallon batch at home, you know, just a little homebrew thing.
Cool. Very nice. I should try doing more 1 gallon batches. Well, not that I've ever done one. I guess that's the thing.
Doing more ciders.
I wouldn't recommend it for beer. I wouldn't recommend it for beer.
Oh, okay. Good for cider though?
Yeah, cider or mead or wine or something.
Oh, okay. Cool. That'll work well.
This is nice and tart and
When we get this,
see, I wish I could see the chat.
Yeah, that's right.
I wish I could see the chat right now, but I can't since I'm in Hangouts.
Yep, we just a couple people hanging out, so nothing too crazy going on. How goes our extract?
I think I have removed every conceivable molecule of extract from said jug.
That's good. We got 2 more.
Wow!
We got our brewer, our female brewer.
I would not have been taking that long on one if I knew he was hiding things.
They're smaller, if that helps.
He was holding out on me here, guys.
They're smaller, if that helps.
There was multi-goodness hiding in our sink, and I did not know.
So how many beers you guys brewed together?
How many have we brewed together? Yeah, I think all. I think she usually helps out when whenever I brew. Yeah.
That's awesome.
I've got to play Brewmaster on 1 because I hosted a homebrew happy hour at work. So
Here, this is actually for a while.
Ooh, thank you. Oh, Mike wanted us to come by and see his house.
Alright.
If you want to go do that real quick.
Let me put this stuff away first.
Hey, I gotta go.
Hey, no worries.
So thanks for inviting me.
Thanks for hanging out.
I appreciate it. So I'll talk to you later, and happy brewing. Hope it turns out.
Oh, thank you. Have a good one.
Thank you, guys.
Let's see. I gotta find some more crazy, weird beer trivia here.
yeah, Brett, I pour malt. This is my life.
Mm-hmm.
You and Max should come join us in Hangout land.
So Dean asked, what am I drinking again? Today I have my last homebrew, which is grapefruit IPA. It turned out really good. It was a play on a grapefruit sculpin, so it's called grapefruit pulpin. Just basically a pretty easy extract IPA, and then just put a ton of grapefruit peel and grapefruit juice and a little bit of vodka in there in the secondary to just give it that good grapefruit bitterness. So came out really good. It carved up really nicely, which was good because the last beer I did before that did not carb up so nicely.
Well, some of them did. They just carved up in all sorts of different directions.
Yeah, I must not have mixed in the priming sugar or for the bottle conditioning very well, because some of them were explosive and others were pretty flat. So I didn't have any burst to cap or anything, which was nice, but
and surprising.
Yeah, but at least we didn't have anything crazy go on there. But yeah, some of them you'd pop the cap off and they would just foam out half the beer, and then you would lose half your beer just from foam, which was kind of a bummer. But yes, we're just we're hanging out brewing on a Sunday because I like beer way too much. and I was talking about Guinness and crazy things and brewers here in the U.S. leaving certain states and moving to other ones because they, for various reasons, mostly, you know, certain states are trying to dampen their brewing industries. So yeah, this is the stuff I do in my spare time, is just hang out and think way too hard about beer, which is, I guess, okay.
In other news, I'm totally digging these smaller size malt extract cups.
Well, yeah, they're from a different.
They are the greatest invention I've ever seen.
Mhm.
I will be planting things in them shortly.
Oh yeah,
And also I can fit the entire spoon in to scrape out extra malt. So I don't have to shake hot work around.
hooray! That's great.
Yay!
See, these are the special techniques you learn as an extract brewer who doesn't do any, you know, all grain or
How would
mashing
you
things
get
like that.
extract out of jugs?
Yes, absolutely. Yeah. Britt, we are brewing an American Hefeweizen today. The description on the website, it's from Austin Homebrew. And they said it's just a really clean, light drinking beer. Doesn't have a ton of that banana and clove flavor you get in a lot of your Hefeweizens. This one is just really, really easy to drink. So it should be a good one for spring and summer. That's kind of what I was hoping for. And it doesn't seem to have a ton of hops going on in it, which is good because I still, you know, I wanted something easy to drink.
And easy to share with other people so we don't just drink all 48 of them all
Hey,
summer.
man, I like having 48 IPAs around. There's nothing wrong with that.
I like a little more variety in my life than this.
All right, thanks. Looks great.
No, I'm still mixing.
You're still mixing.
If I can empty out a bottle of molasses, I can empty out malt extract.
Well, it's got to heat up anyway, so go for it.
See?
Mhm.
More playing in kitchen.
Yes, it does sound like a good tubing beer. I was thinking about it for the lake too, so I would really like that for sure. And I will let you know when it's ready so you can try it, because we like to share. Ooh, random beer trivia. The term rule of thumb originates from brewers who would stick their thumb in the wort to see if it was ready to pitch the yeast. So
it's like bread making.
Yeah.
That's how you test your water before you add yeast to prime for bread.
Ooh.
Is it supposed to be, 110 degrees?
Something like that, yeah. Yeah, they would just stick their thumbs in there, and that's how they would know.
See, that's a lot of tolerance. I've always been taught that you have to do the inside of your wrist, like when you're doing milk bottles, because your thumbs can have enough callus that you don't feel heat accuracy as well.
I didn't know that.
Here's
That's good to
your
know.
fact.
There you go. See, we're just learning all sorts of new stuff every day.
Brenda by the numbers is
Right.
unleashing lots of bread-related and occasionally flatulence-related information.
There you go. That's kind of crazy. All right, more random trivia facts. Hops have too many health benefits. They're supposed to help with joint inflammation, insomnia, respiratory spasms, and indigestion.
Okay, is it the hops helping with insomnia or what you're drinking them in?
Yeah, that's actually really fair because I don't know any other
Like, who's going around
beverage.
making hop tea?
Right. I don't know any other beverage where you just use. Yeah, what other beverage uses hops?
Granted,
I don't know.
as I say that, there might be a cross-symptomatic effect with other cannabinoids that may be known
Oh yeah.
that may also cure insomnia. So
Oh yeah. Fair enough.
this does seem to share a similarity with other things.
In the old Cannabaceae family there. Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's an interesting one, but indigestion, I also don't know about that one. That one's kind of weird.
Again, we've brought it back to flashlights.
Yeah, you're right. We did indeed.
Today's show brought to you by Digestive Health.
That's right. That's what
By
we're doing.
your gut microbiome.
That's what we're doing here at Beer by the Numbers. We just figure out how to make that work.
Oh, puppy! Brett, I demand you bring back puppy and, yeah, that's all. I just demand you bring back the puppy.
Let's see if I can get this link over to Tim. I'm going to give it a shot. Anybody else wants to try the link, I can try to get this going. Let's see how this goes. Otherwise, might wrap it up soon. I don't know. I can keep rambling on about beer trivia, but you know, that's what I do in every one of my videos anyway. So
He's either gonna do it to me or the viewing public. So
that's right. Yeah. Aren't you lucky that you
every day
that you have that I have discovered an outlet that you can I can use instead of just talking to you
I do appreciate this.
all the time. All right. Well, I'm gonna go check my pot here, but we're looking pretty good. Starting to smell good in here. And hopefully this comes out really good. Maybe if it does, I'll make a video reviewing it. But thanks for all those who tuned in. I appreciate you stopping by. But I think I'm going to wrap it up and continue this boil and go on from there, because I am almost out of random beer trivia for the day, and I still got some video editing to do. So cheers, y'all. Thanks for joining me. See you next time.